Hello there. Today I want to show you guys a couple of parts that are compatible with LGT or VHS style sabers that you can get at various different sellers like Dark Wolf Sabers, Crimson Dawn. The parts I got today are actually from Vire Sabers. And the main one that I want to show off is this grappler grip. Now, one of the things that's really cool about this is that it has these kind of ridges that are very similar to those that you would find on like the Anakin Skywalker Graflex. This comes in black, frosted silver, and gold on Vire Sabers' site. And a couple of features that this has, it actually has two female ends. So the female end here. Now I've begun to make some modifications with this silver. I'm going to get into that a little bit later in the video, but I just wanted to show off the grip section itself. Again, it has two female ends. It actually comes with this CoverTech wheel automatically as part of it, which is really cool. The other pieces that I wanted to kind of showcase are this little pommel piece, and I wanted to show this off with this grip specifically because one of the things that you'll notice with this grappler piece is that the threading on the bottom part is much more shallow than that at the top, which is actually perfect for that little pommel. If you want to just have a little flush pommel, that works perfectly for that. But if you wanted to make this compatible with other pommels, you also have this piece here, which is a double male end. And what this piece is great for is turning these female ends into male ends. So typically most female ends are going to have this depth here. So you can just kind of put that in there, and if you wanted to do a traditional pommel, which also has a female end, you can just add that like so, and it creates a nice flush space, which is really, really cool. Now you'll notice those holes there. So what those holes are there for, let's say you get this in there and you get it really stuck, and now you can't get it out. So what those holes are there for, you take one of your retention screw hole wrenches, you can just put it in there like that, and that gives you a little bit of leverage just to untwist it. So if you kind of saw this on the site and were wondering what those holes are for, that's what they're for. Now, I got this for this bottom part, because I do want to use this bottom as the for my pommel. And I wanted to show you that if you get a piece that has this shallow pommel, so that's as tight as I can get it, and you can see it's not quite flush. Now that's okay, because you can go to the hardware store and get some of these O-rings. Now this is a size 18. It's a little thicker. Size 17 actually work really well with a lot of different sabers, but the size 18 is the thickness that I want. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to actually just put this O-ring right around the top of that. And then you'll notice when you do this, it actually gets a little flush, and you have a little bit of play to just kind of twist and get it squeezed in there. And there you go. Now you don't actually have that little bit of threading showing. Next, I want to show you how I did this silver. So again, going to the hardware store, if you're going to get those O-rings, I recommend getting a roll of aluminum tape. This has a little backing that you peel off just like a sticker. And what I did was I took a piece of paper and cut out the pattern for the piece that I wanted. And then once I had that pattern, I just started to draw out the lines. And of course, I've already done some of this. I've already got my pieces cut out. And so what you want to do, and I actually cut these a little bit longer. So I'm going to end up with this right there. And it has that little extra lip. And I did that on purpose because you want a little bit of play with that. But you just kind of get this off here, like so. And you want to be careful when you go to the bottom because I always put my finger right here so that when that comes off, you see how it curves down a little bit. If you were just to peel that aluminum would really, really curves because it's aluminum. It's just like foil with a sticky side. That's basically all this is. So you want to line up right where you want that to stay on the top. Actually, I'm going to flip this around. This top part's a little bit thicker and more straight. There we go. Just put your thumb down on that, and you want to get it nice and straight. Get a little bit of tension, pull that, and then you can kind of start putting it in. And as you'll notice, it's not perfect. You know, it's got all these little bumps and stuff, so what I recommend then, get a toothpick, or not toothpick, a Q-tip, a cotton swab, something that's kind of soft. Start with your finger and just kind of rub out some of those wrinkles. Kind of rub it up to that side and then kind of out. And then you'll have these on the insides here, and you just take your Q-tip, put it in the corner, and just gently rub back and forth so that you're gently rubbing those creases out. There you go. And the reason we're using a Q-tip, because it's nice and soft, it's not going to scratch the aluminum foil tape, because this is very impressionable. I mean, if I were to take my fingernail and just scrape that, you would see that along the line, but you can easily rub that part out. So once I got to this end here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my scissors and not cut it perfectly. I do want just a little bit to kind of go in towards the end, but I'm going to go as close. There we go. So I've got a little bit of that left, and then I'm just going to take and rub my finger up along that and into the rim there, and do that, and then just repeat the process until you're completely done. And I really like the look of that, aside from the solid black. But let's go ahead and put it on our saber. Oh, before I go ahead and put that on the saber, one of the things that I wanted to note about this grip section is that it is longer, and because of these struts, it's heavier. So it's actually about twice as heavy as what you would get with a traditional. I believe Vire Sabers calls this the Bishop. But if you compare the lengths, there's a good extra inch there, and because of the struts, this is about twice as heavy. I actually messaged Vire Saber, and they said that a grip like this is about 2 ounces, and this big boy is a good 4. So that's actually really good for balancing out a NeoPixel saber, which is what I have here. So let's go ahead and get that on and take a look at how it balances. And there we go. I think that looks pretty nice. Now these grip sections here, Vire Sabers sells these in black, silver, like the frosted silver, gold, as well as chrome and chrome gold. I actually had these powder coated purple just because I wanted that really nice look. But what's really cool is that this now balances. I've got a 32-inch NeoPixel, and it's balanced to about there. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that review of a couple of those parts, including that grip section, that little extra flat pommel there, the double male, female to male converter, as well as just how you can easily get some pieces from the hardware store, like O-rings and that foil tape, and change the look of your saber. Well, guys, as always, may the force be with you.